Good morning. My name is Susan Spader, and welcome to Dale Carnegie's Jumpstart. If this is your first time with us, welcome. This is a time we take about once a week to have a conversation about some areas that are of common interest and concern to some of us. And if this is not your first time with us, welcome back. We are so delighted you continue to see value in our conversations each week. We also encourage you to bring your favorite morning beverage to enjoy as we get together. Mine is always coffee, and it's always black coffee. And it's easier that way, is the reason I started on that. Well, this morning, our conversation is around keeping our sales teams engaged. And it comes from a conversation that I had, I guess it's been several weeks ago now, with a sales manager who was really struggling. He said, over the last couple of years, we have gone through so much change. We went, and it is an organization that does B2B selling. And he said, we used to go to our prospects and our clients' offices. We would travel to get together with potential clients, and we would show value by showing up at their door. And as a result of the pandemic, now so much of our selling is done virtually, where we're no longer face to face. We may be sitting across a Zoom meeting or a Teams meeting, but we're not there in person. And another thing that's changed for his team is the fact that their clients are doing more and more of their research online before they ever talk to them. And so he said, we're dealing with customers who were maybe 50, 60, 70% through the buying journey before we even talk to them. He also mentioned it's harder to get people on the phone or to answer their emails, and they're struggling to find ways to get in front of their prospects. And he said, don't get me started on the technology changes. In addition to our CRMs, we have all of this data now at our fingertips that we can use in order to better identify prospects and what interests are being generated in the marketplace. He said there are a lot of really good tools. And he said, all of this in and amongst itself is not a bad thing. Where we're struggling is our sales team is a little overwhelmed. There has been so much change, and they're really struggling to stay abreast or ahead of it. And he wanted to have a conversation with us on how to really not only maintain his team's engagement, but build on it. And so that's what we wanted to talk about this morning. The good news is there are some very simple ways we can keep our sales team engaged. When you think about the process of buying and selling, it's based on emotion. Whatever people tell you, buying decisions are made based on emotion, and then we try to justify it intellectually. Now, sure, pricing is important. There's a number of different things that come into play, but every purchasing decision, there's some emotion involved. The same goes true, or the same can be said for our sales team. In order to really be effective, we've got to tie into their emotions. So let's take a look at 3 ideas that are simple to incorporate and start to become aware of as you're looking to engage your sales team. And the first is look for ways that you can give deeper meaning to your sales team's work. Harvard Business School has done research, and it says that people want to know that their work matters, that they're making a difference. And so understanding the impact of our product or service on people or organizations really goes a long way in helping us maintain this. So have conversations with your sales team all about the impact, the good that your solution or your product brings not only to your clients, but to theirs. A good way to do that is through using customer success stories and talking about that with your sales team to reinforce, this is not all just dollars and cents. What we do is making a difference, is making that positive difference. And that allows them to find deeper meaning to their work as sales professionals. The next thing we can do, again, pretty basic, is make our people feel valued. We all know that feeling valued and important, feeling like what you do matters, is a huge component of employee engagement. And so our sales team needs to understand and really feel that their contributions are making a difference. Again, some simple things we can do: invite them into decision-making processes when it's appropriate. Gather their opinions, ask for their insights, offer opportunities to stretch in a different way, maybe to be involved in the process, the sales process from a different perspective, helps them feel like they are important and you are valuing their thoughts and their ideas. And the third really simple thing that we can incorporate to keep our sales teams engaged is to encourage them to be entrepreneurs. We know what an entrepreneur is. It's someone who is out there making decisions as if they own the business, as if it were their own. So we really want to encourage our sales teams to cultivate ideas that they might have to grow the business. Give them the time, the freedom, the support to try some new ideas. Now, with your oversight sometimes, but letting them know that innovation is really welcomed and give them the space to do that. One of the easy ways to do that as well is reward people for bringing in new ideas to increase market share, to find new customers, really not only perhaps monetarily, but give them that recognition from the leadership team and from their peers to encourage people to look at things in a different way. Because we are all creatures of emotion as human beings, if we can appeal to the emotions of our sales team and try some of these ideas, we will make that connection that will absolutely continue to drive engagement for them. Even when everything is changing and everything is different, some things still stay the same. And when we're able to make that connection person to person and show value, that's how we're going to make that happen. Don't forget to join us next week. We are going to have a special guest, Shelley Garrity, and we're going to be having a conversation about why it is so important as leaders that we support our team's career goals. Stay tuned for that one. It's really going to be great, and you don't want to miss it. So thank you again for joining us for this week's Jumpstart. I hope you found some ideas that you'll be able to incorporate this coming week. And we look forward to seeing you next week on Dale Carnegie's Jumpstart. Take care, everyone.